My name is Zane Eisel. I'm a senior at Dexter High School. I'm a former Dexter football player, and I'm here to talk about my mental health journey. For everybody that doesn't know, a year ago from the day, I thought about taking my own life actually. This was a really hard experience for me, but I'm here to talk about it and answer some questions. So let's get into it. The first question is what was life before things that got hard? So for me, I was in a relationship and it was just kind of a very toxic one. I didn't really know what was going on at the time, but life was like a little bit of mixed emotions. Like I had some worries and I also felt great at the same time. That was like before like I actually felt suicidal. And then it was just like really rough for me because like I had some like moments where I was great and moments where I was bad. So that's kind of the answer to the question. Second question is, what were some of the biggest emotions I've dealt with? I feel like some of the biggest emotions that I've dealt with, honestly, is probably, I think it was honestly just my toxic relationship. And then I just, like, I couldn't really eat right. I really just wasn't communicating right. And it was really hard to open up to people about this because mental health is real, but like opening up to people is like, I'd say one of the hardest things. Your question is, what made you realize I needed help? I feel like the biggest thing for me that made me realize I needed help is when I started like honestly like tearing up. Because me, I honestly love hiding my emotions. Like you can never really see if I'm like happy or sad usually, because overall I'm a pretty positive guy and I like to just keep a smile on my face. But it was pretty clear during that time I was really, really sad. And right like a week later, when I got a very, very bad injury, and that changed a lot of things, and I had a setback and everything. And honestly, especially during that time, that made like my suicidal thoughts even worse. And I even attempted to take my life. But it was a really hard experience for me. But I feel like the biggest thing for me is that I had to see a therapist, and I talked to some of my friends about it, and they had advised me to get a therapist. Were there a moment that shifted things? I wouldn't really say there was like a big, like honestly, like a moment where like, I mean, I guess you could, yeah, actually, never mind. I would say there was some moments that like really made my mental health better and really made it worse. I think the things that obviously made it worse is like when I like was in my toxic relationship, because I really didn't even know it was toxic at the time, because I felt like mentally I was just going through so much I couldn't really tell, and I just wanted to be in the relationship just to be in it. And then when I broke up, I felt even worse for a few weeks. And then after, when I got hurt, I feel like the thing that really had like made things better was when I finally started walking again, and I finally like started doing like some of the things I wanted to do. Not all the things I wanted to do, but at least some things that I wanted to do. Who supported you through this time? I feel like the main people that have supported me through this time is like my family. My mom and dad always had, were always supporting me. My sister was always supporting me. Honestly, to be honest with you, some of my best friends didn't even check on me. I'm not gonna lie. Like they really just didn't even care. I think there was only like a few best friends that really cared at the time, honestly. It was just Jacob and my friend Nate and Paul, really. Like nobody else really really cared how I was doing. Nobody really checked up on me. And if they did, it was literally one time, and it was during the time of when like I first was going through things. And then over time, when things started getting worse, they honestly just started lashing away. And it really did hurt me, because these are some of my brothers that I've grown up with, and like brothers from another mother. And it honestly really did hurt me. And I know they were going through some stuff mentally as well, but I tried supporting them and they just didn't want it. And it really did hurt me. What are some things you've tried that help? Honestly, there were like when I was not hurt, I feel like the things that really helped me was honestly lifting, and then also like my football workouts when I was lifting, and also playing basketball, because I started getting into dunking when I was not hurt, and it was a lot of fun. And just hanging out with some of my friends and stuff, making some good content for y'all. those were some things that really helped me out. What was the hardest part of getting through this? I'd say the hardest part of getting through this is honestly where to start, honestly, because starting is literally the hardest part. You don't know if you want to tell your parents, you don't know if you want to tell a friend, you don't know if you want to tell an uncle, you don't know if you want to tell a sibling. Like, I honestly didn't know who to tell at this point, but I decided to talk to my parents about it and get a therapist. And it was really hard because I really didn't know what to say at the time. And then honestly, I'd say probably the hardest part for me is when a week later I finally got hurt, and that was probably the worst I've been mentally in my entire life. It was horrible. I never want to be an experience like that again, and that was by far the hardest part for me. How has my mindset changed since then? I feel like my mindset has changed a lot, honestly. I feel like some things that I've like noticed now, I don't really care what people say about me, because at the end of the day, I know who I am. And the people that I really care about, those are the people I really care. Those are the people I care what people say about me, because if they say stuff positive about me, then I really appreciate that. If there's some family members that are like, okay, you need to do better in this, or oh, you need to do this or that, then I'm gonna obviously listen to them and I'm gonna care. What are some things people understood about going through something like this? I feel like some things that people I just wish understood is this is real. Like, this isn't a video game. This isn't like make-believe. This isn't like people just being a baby. This is real life right here. Mental health is serious. Like, the suicide numbers are like crazy. Like, I did research on it. Like, it's crazy. Like, the amount of people that commit suicide a day, it's just ridiculous, and it's really sad. And I was almost one of those people that almost took my life, and I really didn't want to, but at the time I almost did. And I'm honestly just so thankful that God didn't put me in that situation, or that God didn't make me take my life, because look at me, at the end of the day, I'm living my best life. I'm feeling great, I'm healthy. I played football, had a great year. I put on some good healthy weight. So yeah, what is the best advice for someone who is going through a lot mentally? I feel like the best advice I would give to somebody is this is real. This is not like a rare thing. Like, you're gonna go through something mentally. The best thing is that how you can overcome it. You can either rise to the occasion, or you can curl up in a ball and just not go hard and not try to get better. The best thing to do is just keep going hard, keep finding strategies, keep finding healthy ways to cope with stress, because I feel like that's the most important thing. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they deal with stress, they do things like do drugs, alcohol, and do some things that they don't want to do, but they do anyways. And it's really sad, honestly, because things like alcohol are really not good for you. Some really good coping methods like that are healthy, I would say, lifting's a good one, running, getting any sorts of exercise, maybe like building Legos or something, drawing, just do something that you like to do. I'd say that's the best thing. Talk to a friend too. My biggest advice is talk to somebody. Don't hide it. This is serious. Mental health is real. And hiding it is not going to help anything. So I really appreciate everybody that tuned into this video. Mental health is really serious. A year ago from today, I thought about taking my own life, and it was literally the hardest thing. This is a hard video for me to film, because I legit didn't know what would happen to me, But I'm glad I'm here, I'm healthy, I'm 18 years old, and I'm feeling great. I'm about to graduate high school and go to college soon, and just continue living my best life. This is Zane Eisel, ZGB in the building. Make sure to always put God first. We out.